guys, Bachata Rockstar here, doing another Star Realms replay. I apologize for the lateness of this video. I had an appointment with my stylist, my barber, my salon person, and got a haircut. In fact, I got them all cut, right down to my fucking head. So, yeah, was a little busy this week. However, I'm going to reward you with a super long, awesome video that involves my very first Commanders Star Realms replay. So, let's take a look. Here we go. I also got Jack in the Box and I'm having a milkshake because I deserve it. So, first things first, we're playing Nandi. He's playing Newburgh. Blue-yellow here, trade focused, top decking focused. He's playing blue-green, heal and damage focused. Excuse me. Very first play, he gets 3 cards. He has 3 trade. He does not purchase a supply bot. Why? Get the trade, get the scrap. Even though you're playing command decks. Scrapping in command decks is actually less important. One, there's more cards in a command deck, right? There's 12 cards in every command deck except for Yakum, who has 14 cards. So scrapping becomes a little less important because it's harder for scrapping to have its impact as fast as it would be in a regular game. 2, the cards that you start with in Commander are pretty darn good. And honestly, the only thing you're going to want to scrap are the Scouts and Vipers, and there just aren't that many of them. So, a bad draw in Commander-style games is typically significantly better than a bad draw in a regular game. And you'll find that games will just end. You'll just kill your opponent, or your opponent will kill you, before scrapping really becomes powerful. It's actually fairly rare for you to get, like, completely scrapped down to just the good stuff. It takes longer, and even though your life totals are higher, Star Realms is a game that snowballs, as you very well know. So, I don't mind him not getting the scrap as much as maybe I would have if we were playing a regular game. But I still mind it. It's still a significantly better card. Now, maybe he picks up Frontier Hawk 2, and that somewhat mitigates it, because at least it gives him a card draw, but I'd rather have the scrap in the trade, especially with his deck. His deck is going to focus on widening the gap, healing himself while damaging your opponent. If you have scrap in there too, it makes the widening effect even more efficient, which means you're going to win a lot of games without having any taken significant damage. You're going to win games 50-something to nothing, a lot, with Newburgh. And so you should really leverage that fact by scrapping down and by getting more healing and getting more damage. Blob Miner does none of those things. So I think this is actually a fairly bad play. Okay, he picks up Frontier Hawk, that's fine. So let's take a look at our options. Since he didn't pick up Supply Bot, we can pick up Supply Bot. There's 3 cards out there to scrap. I'm going to have 3 trade. Let's do it. Seems like the correct play. Now, unlike Newburgh, let's back it up just a little bit here. This card right here, the Diplomatic Shuttle, for Newburgh is incredibly powerful. It's 5 heal, and typically it'll deal an additional 3 damage because of Newburgh's Gambit. But Nandi doesn't have that. So actually, Diplomatic Shuttle very often will be a scout, and then you'll use it to top deck stuff. And that's what we're doing. So even though this card is in both of our decks, they serve very different functions. Very nice, very nice. So we pick up 3, we put the supply bot on top. So there's a couple different things you can do. You can just end the turn. You can get 2 damage, move it on, have a supply bot, scrap one of these scouts, or you can do what I'm doing, draw 2 cards, and use the supply bot to scrap either this Viper or scrap something else. Both are fine. I think this is a little aggressive. Maybe I'm trying to target like the trade pod or the trade hauler, keep it away from him, give myself some extra heal. It's not a bad plan, right? Remember, healing for him is also theoretically 3 damage for him, so I like the idea of keeping the trade hauler away, but this might be an unnecessarily aggressive play. I think saving my gambit for another future turn, and potentially a future turn where I could trap starters and cause a shuffle and trap starters, is a much better play. But, you know, hey, if you want to play aggressive and you want to go after this guy, especially because he's playing Newberg, and you want to get the jump on him, it's probably a good idea. I think maybe with somebody who is a little bit slower, like a Yakum, you may not want to make this play. But playing aggressively against a guy who is typically very aggressive, like a Newberg, is a good idea. So I end up drawing a scout, and I end up scrapping a scout. Perfect! Snag the trade hauler. Good. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. I feel like we're doing all right. 2, 3, 4. Gets the Frontier Hawk. Okay, it's fine. I mean, I think Ion Station would have been a better play, or Central Station. Because I can top deck bases and ships, keeping good bases away from me is pretty strong, because Nandi can very easily create a good base deck. But this is a good card. It heals. It gives him more trade. You know, potentially could buy him bigger ships. But there's not a lot of big stuff out here, so I don't know. I like Central Station better or Ion Station better. You know, I don't have a ton of damage with Nandi, because that's one thing that Nandi lacks. Nandi is very trade heavy and is very cantrippy, as in draw, discard, discard, draw. Got pretty good healing, and obviously it can top deck stuff, and so typically has a lot of good trade. So Nandi's very trade road dependent. Buying Frontier Hawk doesn't really blunt my decisions. It doesn't really change my decisions, and it doesn't necessarily help your own. But as Newberg, it's a good decision because he does heal, and he does want some trade, and the healing potentially is damage. So it's not too bad. I just think if you want to make a more effective counterplay against me, an Ion Station or Central Station is better, and could potentially lead to a base deck for yourself. So it's not a bad play, but I think there are better ones. Okay, yeah. And he wanted the healing too. This is fine. This is good. So yeah, notice he's already starting to spread the damage out. Ooh, next card to the top of the deck. Are we getting Ion Station? I hope so. Yep, there it is. That's a good one. And then we draw and discard and we get to play Ion Station? Hells yeah! Then we pick up a scrapper. Ooh, 2 scrappers too? Yes! Loving life. And we get the heals. Ah, the heals and the feels and the deals. Let's go. This is really good. You know, he's going to have to sink 5 damage into it. He used up most of his healing already, so he'll probably have, if he does want to kill it, he may not have enough damage, or he may be forced to use his gambit on here. That would be good. That would be good. We have a ton of yellows. There's an Emperor's Dreadon out there. There's a Central Station out there. Maybe we go base decky. Maybe we go more aggressive, more heavy damage. This is good. We have a lot of options here. I like where we're at. I'm feeling relatively confident. 3, 4, 5. Ah, he scraps the Emperor's Dreadnought. Well, that's fine. Oh, and see, now he picks up a scrap. All of a sudden he values scrap. Gee, little late, buddy. That's unfortunate. This is a mistake. He should scrap Central Station. Command Center does not have the frickin' crazy comeback, win the game potential of a Central Station. Scrapping Command Center here prevents me from almost nothing, whereas scrapping Central Station prevents me from getting a Mega 3 base, draw a card, heal up, distance myself, win the game combo. Central Station on its own is relatively shitty, but Central Station with other bases is a goddamn powerhouse, and you should rightfully fear the sleeping giant that is Central Station. So all in all, this is fine. I like that he picked up Destroyer Bot. It's more aggressive. It deals more damage. Yes, it scraps, but it's a scrapper and a hammer. And I like that much better than the scrappers that me personally have picked up. I've picked up Repair Bot and Supply Bot, and those are more passive, and they're more trade-oriented. Now, as Nandi, I can utilize trade better, but I would rather just have the 5 damage. So, I like where he's going with this. I like that he is taking a more aggressive approach. You know, he's playing pretty good. I can't fault too many of his plays. And this is the other power of Nandi, especially with scrappers, is you can utilize the scrappers right away by top decking them. And this makes Nandi really powerful. We've officially got 3 scrappers. We are loving life. We've gotten rid of 2 scouts already. 2 scouts or 3 scouts? 2 scouts. At least 2. Maybe 3. At least 2. And then we're going to toss this ranger to draw something else. Alright, so doesn't matter. But the important thing is we cantripped. We did a little bit of damage. We picked up a scrapper. We drew it. We scrapped. We're feeling good. We're feeling good. Now, one thing that makes this play a little bit weird, and let's back this up to the beginning, is I had the opportunity to top deck Central Station and Missile Bot, but didn't take it. And I think that is a mistake. I'm not really focused on getting a base deck together yet. I'm really focused on scrapping right now. But I think thinking ahead and taking a Central Station is a good idea. I'd rather not leave it for him. Not because I think he'll utilize it well, but more because I could utilize it so well. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to counter his gain, his pain and gain strategy by being really efficient. So I'm feeling pretty good. What? You have 7. Buy Frontier Station. What are you doing? Alright, buy Central Station then. Okay. Freighter, you don't need it. Look, nothing here is above 4. Freighter is useless. I'm already top decking stuff. I mean, maybe he wants to top deck stuff too. This is a pretty clear mistake. Pick up Light Cruiser. Get some more damage. Or pick up Central Station. And now he gets Light Cruiser? Why didn't he get the first Light Cruiser? I don't know. This guy doesn't really have a plan. So, this is interesting. We can put out 3, then put out 5, heal up, then get Colony Siege Ship, then have enough to get Central Station and top deck that. Gotta love it. Look at that. Oh, God, it feels good. It feels right. And we pick up another scrapper. Oh, man. This is wonderful. And we heal. And why not? Get some yellows. Let's get some damage. I like this. I like where we're at. So we have a plan. We're going to scrap hard. We're going to get a few bases. Mostly yellows. I'm going to try to pick up Light Cruiser now. I'm going to try to pick up Stinger now. If I can't do that, I'll get Junkyard. I'll get Battle Station. We'll scrap super hard fucking down. And Central Station will win us the game. This is the plan. And it's a good plan. Because he has gone mostly trade and mostly healing. And he is playing a longer game than I think he should. I think he should be focused on aggression here. And because he's not, it's going to give us an opportunity to play a longer base healing, scrapping strategy and just grind them out. That's unfortunate. Oh, man. Did he not have enough to get a Light Cruiser? What? Get the Light Cruiser, buddy. You bought the other one. You might as well. What the extra 2 damage? Did you take me down to 59? Ugh. I don't like that play at all. Alright, what do we got? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 if it's 6 if it's blue. A couple different things here. I think getting Junkyard might be the play here. Yeah. Yeah. We want to control the scrap, right? It's a base, which is awesome. Works with our central station. And it has scrap. So we want to control the scrap. We want to be more efficient than him. And even though I said scrap is not quite as good in a commander game, when you have 4 or 5 scrappers, it's really good. Oh, oops. Sorry. There we go. Oh, wow. He scrapped Rain World. Interesting. Okay. And he scraps Light Cruiser? He's just not want me to have it? That's probably a good idea. I think he should have scrapped. No, because then he has blobs to get Plasma Met. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. He definitely scrapped the most likely candidate for me. Our life total's starting to go down. This is no bueno. There we go. Scrapping our starters. Getting our bases down. We're doing fine. This game's going to go long. I'm fairly confident. Ooh, that's bad. That's bad. Oh, ooh, and he's scrapping. Ooh, and he's drawing. That was really bad. That was tough. That was unfortunate that he picked up Plasma Vet. So we got to counter that. Supply Depot sounds really good. And Supply Depot sounds really good, actually. Yeah, I think if we can go Supply Depot and Imperial Frigate, we should do it. Scrap. Looking good, looking good. Top deck. Nice. Draw. Toss. Perfect. Draw. Play it. Scrap it. Nice, nice. Oh, and just enough. Whew, just enough to kill Plasma. This is fine. We have so much scrap now. We're so scrapped down. There's no point in keeping these. It gives us a chance to kill this base. We have set up another base. Another thing he's got to get through. We picked up more yellows. Yeah. I realize that we are literally almost down twice the amount of life. But the thing is, we've got a lot of bases. We've got a lot of healing. We got a lot of scrap. And even though he has more firepower than us, it's not by a lot. And it's not going to be enough to get through everything and take us down. Especially if we keep top-decking bases and just putting shit in his way. We've become incredibly annoying and pretty darn resilient. So we're going to have to turn the corner, right? We're going to have to leverage this to turn it into damage. But as of right now, we're about as set up defensively as we could be at this point. And it's time to just hunker down, weather the storm, then come back and shoot him with lightning bolts. I actually kind of like this play because he keeps bases away from me, and it's another blob. But I think in a vacuum, it's probably not a good play. But yeah, it's pretty good. And you'll notice something happens in Commander games, which is going to happen now, is plays start becoming a lot easier to understand. You know, there's not as much subtlety and nuance because the decks are kind of pretty much formed. And so a lot of it is about slowly but surely increasing efficiency and making the most out of your plays and avoiding purchasing plays that will bloat your deck. Tosses the count. Yep. Top decks the card that lets me draw, buys another base. This is good. You notice that I bought the trading post instead of the battle station because it heals me. So I want the heals instead of the damage. And I like to be able to combo my blues a little bit better. Oh, I would have loved to pick up the Oracle. See, look at this. He can top deck a ship. So what does he top deck? A freighter. What the fuck does he need a freighter for? He doesn't need a freighter. This is a good buy. He heals, he deals. Wow. Do we win this game? I think so, if I recall correctly. Seeing as how there's still 2 minutes left. But now's the time. Set up the base wall. Let's go. So, 2, 4, right? This is coming down. 5. Top deck. What do we top deck? Battle station. Boom. Falcon to draw the battle station. Drop it. Get the heals. Boom. More damage. Get the discards. Grab the Lancer. Alright. Now we gotta weather the storm. Okay, he just shuffled. He has his entire deck. The likelihood of him whiffing is the highest it will be at any point in his deck. All we gotta do is not die. If we don't die, we got a really good shot of winning. And looky here. Oh, wow. Now that was lucky. So this was a bit of a gamble. Let's back this up. Okay. I need to play a yellow card to get a draw and discard. So, I've got 13 damage. I have enough to kill that, right? Getting an additional 5 healing would be nice. And Diplomatic Shuttle would also combo with Ion Station. So I would get 9 healing and an additional 4 damage. That's nothing to snipe at. But the thing is, I looked ahead at my deck, and the odds of me getting a base were actually quite high. So I said, it's worth it to gamble here. Because if I can get a base, I can get extra healing, I can get another card, and I can really start to shore up my defense. And that would do more for my deck than just simply getting the 5 heal. So, it's a gamble, it's a risk, but you got to play to your outs, and got fortunate. See, drew 2 bases in a row. And now I'm able to destroy a target base. I'm picking up another base, a powerful base in central office, and the deck is efficient. The deck is efficient, boys. We're looking good now. And all of a sudden, he doesn't have enough damage. 2 bases live. Here we go. Draw and discard. Oh, it's another base. We threw this out because we didn't want to scrap anything, and I wanted to get as many discards as I possibly could. Boom. Boom. More damage now. See, now I'm focused on damage, right? Now I'm picking up rams. I'm picking up frigates. I want to pick up gunships. I want to pick up... Even a plasma bot would be fine. But I'm looking to get discards now, right? I'm looking to get bases, damage, discards. I want him to be throttled. And look at that. We're at 11. We're at 34. He was at 73. He's at 43. The tides have frickin' turned. Let's go. See, now he's making buys he doesn't need. He's only killing 1 base. I'm healing up again. I'm drawing again. I'm top decking stuff more. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Grab every base. Chunk every bit of damage into him. Get the bases. Get the bases. Keep drawing. Keep healing. Set up. We're building a wall, people! See, even when he gets all his damage, can't get through. Base wall has been created. And this game is over, baby. And now, I'm trying to get a freaking 5-card, 6-card discard on his ass. You had a good run there, Raptoricus. You had a good run. I appreciate what you tried to do there. But it didn't work. Because I got that fire. Boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka. Feels good, man. Feels good. There you go. It's a commander game. And I think this shows the power of Nandi. I think this shows that You really got to understand what your commander's trying to do, right? And you got to play to the strengths. And you got to play aggressive. I think it's even more important to be aggressive when you're playing a commander game. Excuse me. Top decking stuff is important. Having a game plan is important. Getting lucky, sure. Got very lucky to grab these bases, but I knew what he's trying to do. And that is a weakness of the Newberg deck, is it's hard for it to get through base decks. It can heal a lot itself, and it can play a long game if it wants to. It can play a short game if it wants to, but you gotta make sure that your purchases are as efficient and as helpful as possible, because you're not going to get as many of them, especially in commander games. Commander games typically play faster, and you typically are keeping your starters more so in a commander game than you are in a regular game. So know your deck. Know your deck. Play to your deck strengths, and play against the weakness of your opponent's deck. Alright guys, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Rockstar, we'll see y'all later, man.